Okay, are we live? I think we're live. Hey, folks. Happy Sunday. Growing up, you don't see the writing on the wall. Passing by, moving straight ahead, and you knew it all. Maybe sometime if you feel the pain, you're all alone, everything has changed. Play the game, you know you can't quit until it's won. You know, only you can do what must be done. You know, in some ways you're a lot like me, just a prisoner. You're trying to break free. I can see a new horizon underneath the blazing sky. I'll be where the eagles flying higher and higher. Gonna be your man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where the future's lying. St. Elmo's fire. Oh, burning up. You don't know just how far I can go, how far I'll go. Soon be home, only just a few miles down the road. Yeah. Lyric problem there. I can make it, I know I can. Broke the boy in me, you won't break the man. Yeah, I can see a new horizon underneath the blazing sky. I'll be where the eagles flying higher and higher. Gonna be your man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where the future lies. St. Elmo's fire. I can climb the highest mountain, cross the widest sea. I can feel St. Elmo's fire burning in me, burning in me. Yeah. Just once in his life, a man has his time, and my time is now. I'm coming alive. Yeah, I can see a new horizon underneath the blazing sky. I can breathe, the air is flying higher and higher. Gonna be your man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where the future lies. St. Elmo's fire. I can hear the music playing. I can see the banners fly. Feel like a vet again. I hope I ain't high. Gonna be your man in motion. All I need is a pair of wheels. Take me where my future lies. St. Elmo's fire. I can climb the highest mountain, cross the wildest sea. I feel St. Elmo's fire burning in me, burning, burning in me. I can feel it burning. Woo, woo. Alrighty. Happy Sunday again, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you to everybody who tuned in on Wednesday for my birthday show. That was maybe the most fun I've ever had performing. Certainly right up there. I'll never forget that one. We're back to normal here. Sorry for those of you who tuned in on YouTube. I don't know if it did this live, but in the replay on YouTube, the last song just got cut off kind of abruptly, and I don't understand why or what happened. It was one of my originals, so it certainly couldn't have been a copyright claim. So I'm not sure, just some sort of a bug or something. But so the YouTube replay is missing the final song. But most of the show is there, and if you watch it in the archive of my Facebook timeline, you'll see the whole thing. So anyway, good to be here, everyone. Let's see who's here and say hello to some folks. First and foremost, we've got Moritz coming from Graz, Austria. He says, happy belated birthday. Thank you. Appreciate that, Moritz. Sorry that he couldn't watch my birthday show live. He was studying for a physics test. Well, I think we're going to let you off the hook this one time, my friend. Thank you. I appreciate it. Nobody says hello from the Czech Republic. Outstanding. This is a late night for you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate that. Bill Hasty says, YouTube sure did cut the end of the birthday bash off. Great show. Thanks, Bill. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what happened. It's sort of annoying, but they got most of it. Let's see here. Moritz says, on last Monday there was a terror attack. Oh no, in Vienna. 4 people died. It's so unbelievable that this happened. Everyone here in Austria is sad. Could I please play Vienna by Billy Joel? Well, you know what? Yes, I absolutely can. We'll send this out to the victims and their families of this tragedy in Vienna. Our hearts all go out to you, my friend, and your countrymen. Slow down, you crazy child. So ambitious for a juvenile, but then if you're so smart, tell me why are you still so afraid? Where's the fire? What you hurry about? You better cool it off before you burn it out. You got so much to do and only so many hours in a day. Hey, you know that when the truth is told, you'll get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down, you're doing fine. Can't be everything you wanna be before your time, although it's so romantic on the borderline tonight. Where's the fire? You hurry about. You're gonna kick it off before you burn it out. Though you can see when you're wrong, oh, you can't always see when you're right. You're right. You got the passion, you got your pride. Don't you know that only fools are satisfied? Dream on, don't imagine they'll all come true. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Slow down. Take the phone off the hook, disappear for a while. It's alright, you can afford to lose a day or two. Ooh, when will you realize Vienna waits for you? Yes. You know when the truth is told that you'll get what you want, or you can just get old. You're gonna kick off before you even get halfway through. Woo, 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 woo. When will you realize Vienna waits for you? Why don't you realize Vienna waits for you? All right, solidarity there for people of Vienna. Thanks for the request, Moritz. Let's see who else is here. Hello, Lucia, coming in from España. Captain Davis, joining us from Chicago. Chicago, that toddling town. All right. Wheat Project saying, happy Sunday, Steve, and everyone in the chat. Hey, good to have you with us. Gary Beal, joining us, I believe, from the United Kingdom. Thank you for joining us, sir. Ferrum Phil. How we doing there, Mr. Phil Godfrey? Good to have you with us, my friend. And Ruth saying, Phil. Phil, she's more excited to be here talking to you than to listen to me play. You are a stud. No, I'm just kidding. Good to have you with us, Ruth. Okay. Daniel joining us from Holland or the Netherlands. Fantastic. Noah, young man, how are you doing? Good to have you with us. Ann Howes, hello, from Alberta, Canada. Fantastic. Let me see here. There's only one truth. Is the picture normal, guys? I'm hopeful that it is. Is anyone having issues with their picture? Okay, Bettina coming in from Germany. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. There's my mama. Rainy days and Sundays always make me want some Piano Man Steve tunes. Oh, thank you, Mom. Thank you very much. Okay, well, let's carry on with the show here. I'm going to mostly take a lot of requests today. I was a little bit on the lazy side and didn't really learn anything new this week between my birthday and just all the craziness in the news. I'm like every other American. I haven't been able to take my eyeballs off cable news or a news feed on my phone for like 5 straight days. So mostly I'm just going to take requests. I didn't bring a whole lot that I had prepared. However, this one came in early. This is a request, and I have not actually tried to sing it yet, so this could end up being a little bit of a disaster. But it also sounds like a fun challenge. This is a song I really liked from the early 90s, and this came in from Jakob in Denmark. This is by a band called Mr. Big. Let's see if you've ever heard this before. me what he's done to you. Stand up, little girl. A broken heart can't be that bad when it's through. It's through. Fate will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you to be with you. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Waited on a line of greens and blues, just to be the next to be with you. Build up your confidence so you can be on top for once. Wake up, who cares about little boys that talk too much? I've seen it all go down. The game of love was all rained down. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to hold you. One who wants to be with. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Feel it too. Well, I waited on the line just to be the next to be with you. Why be alone when we can be together, baby? You can make my life worthwhile. I can make you start to smile. When it's through, it's through. Fate will twist the both of you. So come on, baby, come on over. Let me be the one to show you. I'm the one who wants. I'm the one. Deep inside, I hope you'll feel it too. Feel it too. Well, I waited on that line just to be the next to be with you. I'm the one who, I'm the one. Deep inside you feel it too, yeah. Waiting on a line of greens and blues just to be the next to be with you. Just to be the next to be with you. All right, thank you for the request there, Jakob. Appreciate it. Who else do we have here? Sam Money says, any chance I could do Private Eyes by Hall & Oates? You know, I am not quite familiar enough with that to make a go at it and do anything but butcher it. I love that song. I probably haven't listened to it in 6 years, and I just don't remember all of the little intricacies. But I will put that on my list of things to work up for a future cast there, Sam. Sorry I can't help you with it today, but I do appreciate the suggestion. It's a great tune. Hall & Oates is just a great band. Okay, let's see here. Just looking for new names here. Simons is awesome. Thank you very much, sir. DC, A Sharp. I think I don't know. You may be responding to somebody else's question. Okay. Rhonda Cortez. Doris, my wife from Bye Bye Birdie. How are you doing, darling? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Tony Gama says, I think it says hello from Portugal. Fantastic. Thank you. Okay. Kim Quaid Jensen says, Steely, please. Okay. We want some Steely Dan, huh? Well, I'll play you the only one I actually know. And we'll see how it goes. Haven't practiced this one in a little bit, but this is a cool song. I've always thought this was a really fun tune. All right, everybody. Steely Dan, let's get our cool hat on here. Hear you're leaving, that's okay. I thought a little while the time had just begun. Guess you kinda scared yourself, turn and run. But if you ever change of hearts, let me do that right. There we go. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. Ricky, don't lose that number. It's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. I have a friend in town, he's heard your name. We can go out driving on Slow Hand Road. We could stay inside and just play games I don't know, yeah. You could have a change of hearts. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. That number, it's the only one you want. You might use it if you feel better when you get home. Yeah. Tell yourself you're not my kind. You don't even know your mind. You could have a change of hearts. Ricky, don't lose that number. You don't want to call nobody else. Send it off in a letter to yourself. When you get home. Ricky, don't lose that number. Right, thanks for the request. We'll steal it, Dan. Okay. Hey, Jack Wilkinson says, evening, Steve, all for Lena. Well, 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 you know, I think you've asked for that a few times and I haven't done it. So let's see what I can do for you here. All for Lena. Now, I am going to make one of these proclamations that I don't in any way imagine that I'll do this particularly well. But this is a song I've enjoyed for a very long time. It's off of an album that came out in 1980 by Billy Joel called Glass Houses. And the whole album just kind of a rocker. And this one I thought was not only a rockin' tune, but kind of creative in the way it was laid out. So I'll see what I can do for you, Jack. I might butcher it just a little bit.
Stood on the tracks, waving her arms, leading me to that third rail shock. Quick as a wink, she changed her mind. She gave me a night, that's all it was. What will it take until I stop kidding myself, wasting my time? Whoa, there's nothing else I can do. Don't want anyone to, 'cause I'm giving it all to Lena. There's nothing in it for you, 'cause I'm giving it all to Lena. We laid on the beach, watching the tide. She didn't tell me there were rocks under the waves, right off the shore. Washed up on the sand, barely alive, wishing the undertow would stop. Telling myself, oh, how can a man take any more? Whoa, there's nothing else I can do, 'cause I'm doing it all for Lena. There's nothing in it, don't want anyone to, 'cause I'm giving it all to Lena. There's nothing in it for you, 'cause I'm giving it all to Lena. I'm failing at school, losing my friends, making my family lose their mind. Don't wanna eat, don't wanna sleep, only want Lena one more time. I'm in my room, watching the tube, telling myself she still may drop over to say she changed her mind. So I wait in the dark, listening for her, instead of my old man saying, stop kidding yourself, wasting your time. Whoa, nothing else I can do, 'cause I'm doing it all for Lena. Don't want anyone to, 'cause I'm giving it all to Lena. Nothing in it for you.
All right, all right. Give it the old college try there, Jack. Oh, sorry, I left your comment up there, blocking my hands. My bad, guys. Okay, we got a request for She's Always a Woman. Yes, we will do that. I'm going to play some other stuff first, but I love that song. I'll be happy to play that later. Let's see here. This is one that I've kind of been wanting to do. This is by Elton. I'm remembering right now seeing him do this a couple times. Just after talking about his AIDS foundation. And how in 1990 he cleaned up his life, he got sober, and started this foundation from his kitchen table, and had no idea how big it would get, but they've been able to raise and donate over $250 million to various AIDS charities, and helped get treatment to people, and helped power some research. And we're living in a world right now where there's no reason why anyone should ever have to die from AIDS. We don't have a cure, we don't have a vaccine, but we literally have the medications that can cause you to live a long, full life. You can live to be 100 with HIV, and it can weed it down to the point where you won't even pass it on, where we can stop the spread. So it's pretty incredible what's happened with that disease. And while Elton John's foundation is not solely responsible for it, it certainly has played an important role over the last almost 30 years. And he plays this song with a beautiful video montage showing some of the work they've done, particularly in Africa, where they've had such a bad epidemic with it. It's called Believe. I believe in love, it's all we got. Love has no boundaries, costs nothing to touch. A war makes money, a cancer sleeps. Curl up in my father, and that means something to me. Churches and dictators, politics and papers, everything crumbles sooner or later. But love, I believe in love. I believe in love, it's all we got. Love has no boundaries, no borders to cross. Love is simple, hate breeds. Those who think difference is the child of disease. Father and son make love and guns, families together, someone without love. I believe in love. right, thank you. Well, hey, Eric, thank you very much. Says I'm on fire today. I hope that means I'm playing well and not that I'm secretly ablaze. Thanks, Eric. I appreciate that. He says, did I take singing lessons because my voice? Well, thank you. That's very nice. A little bit. Took a little bit in college, but not dramatically. But I learned enough. The biggest thing I learned in college was how to take a breath from right here. So my sound originates from down here in my solar plexus instead of, well, most of the time. Sometimes I get a little careless and put a little too much strain right here. So I'm trying to be a lot better about that because I want to preserve my voice well into my old age. But there you go. Yeah, I did take a little bit of formal training, but not maybe about, I don't know, 3 or 4 semesters of it or something like that. Okay, let's see here. Oh, thanks, Kim. Yeah, I love that song. I think it's beautiful. Jerry Meckerlin says, hi from Dublin. Boss, you smashing it tonight at the top of your game. Well, thank you. You guys are going to make me a little bit like, full of myself. You keep talking like that. That's marvelous. Thank you so much. I've got lumps of it around the back. You've got to be talking to somebody else. I love it when I pull up a comment and it's an answer to something that's been going on in the chat. And then I have no idea what's going on, so it seems sort of out of left field for me, but that's great. Okay, let's see here. Evening, Steve. I'd love to hear oh, yeah, we've already looked at that. Sorry. Yes, we will definitely get to that one. I am Jenna. Thank you. Hello, I am Steve. Okay, well, the next thing that's been requested is this, so we will carry on with it. This is a song that Billy Joel wrote in 1977, and musically it was inspired by Gordon Lightfoot. So let me give you an example. So Gordon Lightfoot would have these things. And so Billy had this sort of musical idea where it was like, he was kind of imagining Gordon Lightfoot singing it. I'm glad that Gordon Lightfoot didn't sing it, though. I'm glad that Billy Joel did it. She can kill with a smile and she can wound with her eyes. She can ruin your faith with her casual lies. And she only reveals what she wants you to see. She hides like a child, but she's always a woman to me. Yeah. She can lead you to love, she can take you or leave you. And she'll ask for the truth, but she'll never believe you. She'll take what you give her as long as it's free. It's all on yourself, 'cause she's always a woman to me. Whoa, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. And oh, and she never gives out, and she never gives in. She just changes her mind. She promised you more than the Garden of Eden. Then she'll carelessly cut you and laugh while you're bleeding. She'll bring out the best and the worst you can be. Blame it all on yourself, 'cause she's always a woman to me.
Oh, she takes care of herself. She can wait if she wants. She's ahead of her time. And oh, and she never gives out, and she never gives in. She just changes her mind. She's frequently kind, then she's suddenly cruel. She'll do as she please, she ain't nobody's fool. She can't be convicted, she's earned her degree. And the most she will do is throw shadows at you. She's always a woman to me.
Thank you for the request. Love that song. Okay, it looks like we've got some folks asking for. Looks like we've got some folks asking for Miami 2017. Okay. And one of them is this fella, and I definitely owe this fella a request. Thanks, Gary. Good to have you with us. This song's actually been on my mind this morning. One of my piano students learned it from a tutorial I made and then added some of his own flourishes based on some of the stuff he learned in the Piano Man approach, and he just killed it. He was outstanding. Made me feel like kind of a proud papa, if you know what I mean. So I want to send this out to Dawson. Well done, my friend. Well done. First time I ever heard this song was in a concert at Yankee Stadium that they played on the Disney Channel. I wasn't at Yankee Stadium. But the concert was in I think it was 1991. 90 or 91. And anyway, I became a huge fan of it, and I've loved it ever since. It goes like this.
Seen the lights go out on Broadway. I saw the Empire State laying low. The light went on beyond the Palisades. They all bought Cadillacs and left there long ago. We held the concert out in Brooklyn to watch the island bridges blow. They turned our power down and drove us underground. But we went right on with the show. Whoa, whoa. See the lights go out on Broadway. before the mafia took over Mexico. There are not many who remember. They say a handful still survive to tell the world about the way the lights went out, to keep the memory alive. All right, thank you very much. Let's see who else is here and what everyone's asking for. Oh no, hurricane, yick. That'd put the cap on 2020, wouldn't it? Well, hi, Vivian. Stay safe down there, okay? I'm glad that you're here. I know that you've probably taken all the precautions necessary. Okay, let's see here. Hi, Bettina, once again. This is great. Your favorite Billy Joel song. Well, thank you very much. I'm not sure if that's She's Always a Woman or Miami 2017, but I'm happy that we got it, whichever one it is. Okay. I'm going to do a song now for you that, I don't know, I've been thinking about this one a lot. And I've played it here before, so it's not like this is a premiere, but I've been thinking about how this song came to be. It's kind of fun. So there's this little dive bar in Nashville called the Bluebird Cafe. I've been there. There's nothing about the building that's special. It's kind of like I say, it's a hole in the wall. But it's where all the great singer-songwriters, it's where all the songwriters meet up in Nashville, and they go and they pitch their stuff. And it's not just country songs, but a lot of them are country songs. And they do these specials where they take 4 or 5 or 6 successful songwriters, and they call it Songwriters in the Round, and they have them sit in a circle, and they trade off and play for a couple hours, and that's a special experience. But they also do open mics. And there's this fella that's down there in 1986 named Tony Arata. And he has written a number of songs, but at the time he had written this song, and he was loading UPS trucks to pay his bills. But he'd been in Nashville for a while and had some contacts. He just hadn't had any bites on what he'd written yet. But this particular song had been turned down by every important artist in Nashville. George Strait turned it down. A whole bunch of people turned it down. And he plays it that night at the Bluebird. And also in line to play in that open mic that night was a young fellow from Oklahoma named Garth Brooks, who at the time was selling boots. And he heard this song and he was like, oh my God. He comes up and he says, if I ever get a record deal, Tony, I'd love to cut that. And of course, Tony's like, yeah, whatever. Sure. I mean, he'd probably heard that. He was like, I was glad that someone liked my song, but it wasn't like I was thinking, oh, this is a done deal. And you'd not know you wouldn't recognize the song by the way Tony played it, almost, to what it turned into. But anyway, a couple of years later, Garth gets a record deal, and Tony's guitar vocal demo
kind of sounded like this. And, you know, when you put it on, and the way that Tony sings, he's got a thick Georgia accent. So he's like, looking back on the memory of the dance we shared near the stars above for a moment. So, you know, like, you're not necessarily going to hear that and realize that it is just the way that Tony was playing it. You wouldn't necessarily realize that you were sitting on one of the all-time iconic songs that was going to be released. And so Garth gets his hands on it. He takes it into the studio. He sits down with this group of guys, and they put their own little spin on what Tony had written. And then Garth has this idea, and he sits down with the piano player, who's named Bobby Wood, played with Elvis, played with a bunch of people. And he says, Bobby, I want an intro and an exit for this song that has sort of a mysterious sound to it, thoughtful, mysterious sound. Anyway, Bobby Wood sits down, they roll tape. He says, I think I know what you're looking for. He's an old Southern boy. And in one take, this pops out of him. And I think it turned it into a classic instantly. Looking back on the memory of the dance we shared beneath the stars above. For a moment, all the world was right. And how could I have known that you'd ever say goodbye? And now, glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Holding you, I held everything. For a moment, wasn't I a king? But if I'd only known how the king would fall, hey, who's to say? You know, I might have changed it all. And now, glad I didn't know the way it all would end, the way it all would go. Our lives are better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. Yes, my life was better left to chance. I could have missed the pain, but I'd have had to miss the dance. All right, thank you for indulging me. All right, thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. Okay, let's see here. Your dog is brushed. Okay. Got a lot of requests in here. It looks like everybody's wanting a bunch of Billy Joel and Elton John in here tonight, which is fine. You know, I love playing that. Allentown, huh? Okay. Allentown. This one came on a record that came out in 1982. And it was an homage to the baby boom generation. This is for the working people in the Rust Belt, obviously Pennsylvania, but I think he intended it for folks in Ohio and Michigan and Wisconsin and Minnesota and Indiana and all of those places too, Illinois. People that do things with their hands saw their way of life starting to drift away there in the 80s, and I think that's just accelerated. So here we go. We got to start with the break time whistle at the factory. This is a very, very high-tech sound effect, okay?
Well, we're living near in Allentown, and they're closing all the factories down. Out in Bethlehem, they're killing time, filling up forms, standing in line. Well, our fathers fought the Second World War, spent their weekends on the Jersey Shore, met our mothers in the USO, asked them to dance with them slow. So we're living here in Allentown, but the restlessness was handed down, and it's getting very hard to stay. Hey, 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 hey. Oh, oh, ooh, ha. Well, we're waiting here in Allentown for the Pennsylvania we never found, for the promises our teachers gave, if we worked hard, if we behaved. So the graduations hang on the wall, but they never really helped us at all. No, they never taught us what was real. Iron and coke, chromium steel. And we're waiting here in Allentown, but they've taken all the coal from the ground, and the union people crawl away. Hey, 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 hey. Every child had a pretty good shot to get at least as far as their old man got. Something happened on the way to that place that threw an American flag in our face. Oh, oh, ooh, ha. Well, I'm living here in Allentown, and it's hard to keep a good man down, but I won't be getting up today.
right, thank you for the request. Okay, it's like we've got some Elton. Someone wants to hear some Elton. Let's see if you know this one.
Blue jean baby, LA lady, saved us from the band. Pretty eye, pirate smile, you merry music man. Ballerina, you must have seen her dancing in the sand. Now she's in me, always with me, tired of dancing in my hand. Jesus freaks out in the streets, handing tickets out for God. Looking back, she didn't last. The boulevard is not that bad. Piano man, he makes a stand in his auditorium.
Thank you for the request. Okay, let's see what else is up here in the comments. Okay, good night, Maddie. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. I see we've got like a whole little conversation going on in German, which I think is fantastic. I love that. Okay. Howdy, Steve. How about Billy's Souvenir? You know, actually, I forgot. I need to play that later today, actually. So now will be a great time to... I can't tell you why yet, but there's something special going on that some Billy Joel fans will get to see maybe around New Year's Eve. Let me pull up the lyrics here. This is kind of a short little number that came out on a 1974 album. Late 1974. The album was called Street Life Serenade. And this was a common song to end Billy Joel concerts back in those days before Piano Man really kind of took over. And of course now he's not even ending with Piano Man, which I think is a mistake, but you know, he gets to make his own decisions. Anyway, it's a beautiful little thing, very short. It's called Souvenir. Picture postcard, a folded stub, the program of the play. File away your photographs of your holiday. Your mementos will turn to dust, but that's the price you pay. For every year it's a souvenir that slowly fades away. Souvenir that slowly fades away. Thank you. That's a fun one to play. I don't do it very often, but it's a great tune. Okay, what else did I bring with me that I had planned on doing that I haven't yet? Anything? No, I'm just going to stick with your requests. I pretty much played everything that I brought with me tonight. Okay, let's see here. Wouldn't necessarily call 2020 a souvenir. Well, 2020 has had its idiosyncrasies for sure. Oh, I was actually thinking that while I was playing it. Does anybody really know what time it is by Chicago? Yeah, I could do that one. Just a second here. Well, hi, Juliana from Brazil. It was your birthday yesterday. Could I play Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me? Yes, I can. Okay, I'm going to do that one first, and then I'll do some Chicago for you. Juliana and I occasionally like to exchange snarky emails back and forth. She's kind of a pistol down there. She's in Brazil, I think, right now, but ordinarily resides more in the New York area. She's been giving me a Brazil cultural lesson and basically letting me know that I do not know how to pronounce anything correctly. Anyway, for my friend Juliana. Candlelights, no more of your darkness. All my pictures seem to fade to black and white. I'm growing tired, and time stands still before me. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. It's too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance and I changed your way of life. But you misread my meaning when I met you. Close the door and left me blind by the lights. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Oh, oh. Could losing everything is like the sun going down on me. I can't find all the right romantic lines. See me once, see the way I feel. Don't discard me just because you think I mean you harm. But these cuts I have, they need love to make them heal. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Could losing everything is like the sun going down on me.
Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. Just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. Oh, 'cause losing everything is like the sun going down on me.
All right, thank you, Juliana. Love that song. Appreciate the chance to play it. Chicago, from Chicago Transit Authority in 1969. 2, 3, boom. As I was walking down the street one day, a man came up to me and asked me what the time was that was on my watch. And I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why. We've all got time enough to cry. As I was walking down the street one day, a pretty lady looked at me and said her diamond watch had dropped cold day. And I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? If so, I can't imagine why we don't have time enough to cry. As I was walking down the street one day, being pushed and shoved by people trying to beat the clock. Oh, oh, I just don't know, I don't know. I said, yes, I said, does anybody really know what time it is? Does anybody really care? So I can't imagine why we don't have time enough to cry. Everybody's hurrying, but I don't care about time. I don't care. Oh, you know what? I haven't done this yet. My one shameless plug that I try to get in at least once in every show. If you're really enjoying yourself and you feel so inclined, I do have some digital tip jars down there in the description in both Facebook and YouTube. I have PayPal donation link as well as a Venmo handle. So not required, always appreciated in whatever amount suits you. Don't want anyone to give up their grocery money or anything, but it does help me keep the lights on and powering new content. So, okay, I have now officially done my shameless plug. Let's get back into these comments and see what else is happening in here. Wow, we have 98 people in here right now, folks. That is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay. Let's see. What I love seeing is how many conversations there are just happening in here among you guys. That is so cool. So cool. I see some of you are dabbling in politics. I'd really appreciate it if you'd leave that out of this chat. Regardless of which side you're on, this is a place where we all have something in common. We all love music. So, not trying to curtail anyone's free speech, but let's not start any fights amongst ourselves here. We're all friends in this place, okay? Thanks. Okay. Let's see here. Perfect rhythm. You have drums inside my head. It's 12:25 a.m. here. Well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's something I strive to do. I try to be like a whole band. That is correct. Elton has a style of play. Once you master the style of play, the whole thing comes together. This is something I wanted to play for a friend of mine who I know is not watching live right now, but who I think will watch it on the replay. I have I have two delightful friends that I've met through, I did not meet them through music, but I've met so many cool people from around the world because of what I do here. And these two I met, they were working at a pie shop in Colorado, and one's from Lithuania and one's from Russia, and they're back home now. They were just on a short work exchange, and we've stayed friends for a couple of years. And I actually got to visit my friend in Lithuania last summer, and in 2019, of course, before COVID, and I look forward to visiting my friend in Russia sometime. But I was just having a chat with them because they sent me birthday wishes. And anyway, they love American culture, and I'm very, I just love learning about all other cultures. So I think that I've shared with them the story of this song, which was Billy Joel's homage to the end of the Cold War. And when he went and played some concerts in Russia before the Cold War was officially over, but we were winding down, and he grew great affection for the people of Russia because they were just so good to him, and realized that as people we all have a lot in common, even if our governments are at odds with each other sometimes. And that's what this song is about. And it's about one particular guy that he met named Victor, who now I'm Facebook friends with, and have been able to share my interpretation of this song, who this song was written for, with, and have had lovely conversations with him about it. So, small world, amazing stuff. This is called Leningrad. Victor was born in the spring of 44 and never saw his father anymore. A child of sacrifice, a child of war, a
Another son who never had a father after Leningrad went off to school and learned to serve the states, follow the rules, and drank his vodka straight. The only way to live was drown the hate. The Russian life was very sad, and such was life in Leningrad. And I was born in 49, a Cold War kid in McCarthy time. Stop 'em at the 38th parallel, blast those yellow reds down. Cold War kids were hard to kill, under their desk in an air raid drill. Haven't they heard we won the war? What do they keep on fighting for? Victor was sent to some Red Army town, served out his time, became a circus clown. The greatest happiness he'd ever found was making Russian children glad. Children lived in Leningrad. Children lived in Levittown. They hid in the shelter underground. Though the Soviets turned the ships around and tore the Cuban missiles down. In that bright October sun, we knew our childhood days were done. I watched my friends go off to war. What do they keep on fighting for? So my child and I came to this place to meet him eye to eye, and face to face he made my daughter laugh. Then we embraced. We never knew what friends we had until we came to Leningrad.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, let's see here. Hey, the priest 555. Hey, Steve, watching with the family in Raleigh, North Carolina. The kids, Jackson and Olivia, want to say hi. Well, hi, Jackson. Hi, Olivia. Thank you for watching. That's awesome. Thank you so very much. I'm glad to have you. Amy Rue, thank you so much. That's really sweet of you. It's an old friend of mine from high school and a darn good golfer. She could definitely kick my ass all over the course, I can tell you that. Okay, let's see here. Summer Island Falls, that's a nice one. But let me see here. Thank you, Charlotte. That's very sweet of you. That's an interesting thought. This is, since we just played this song that was about the relationship between the U.S. and Russia during the Cold War by Billy Joel. Elton John has one too that was sort of based on that whole thing. It's called Nikita. I haven't played that one for a while. We'll do that, and then I'll see if I can squeeze in Summer Island Falls for you. Okay. 2, 3, 4. Hey Nikita, is it cold in your little corner of the world? You could roll around the globe, never find a warmer soul to know. Oh, I saw you by the wall, 10 of your 10 soldiers in a row, with eyes that looked like ice on fire, the human heart a captive in the snow. Oh, Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given line in time, counting 10 soldiers in their row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know. Do you ever dream of me? Do you ever see the letters that I write? When you look up through the wire, Nikita, do you count the stars at night? And if there comes a time the guns and gates no longer hold you in, and if you're free to make a choice, just look towards the west and find a friend. Oh, Nikita, you will never know anything about my home. I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Nikita, I need you so. Oh, Nikita is the other side of any given line in time, counting 10 soldiers in their row. Oh no, Nikita, you'll never know.
Sol de Janeiro. Counting ten Sol de Janeiro. Nikita, you'll never know. Thank you. Anky Pank says he's got to go to, or he or she, I'm not sure which one, I apologize, so I'm just guessing here. You have to go to sleep soon. Is there a chance I could possibly play River of Dreams? You know what? I've been wanting to tear up a little bit on the piano. That's a perfect one. So why don't we just do that right now? Catch you before you have to take off for the night. A she. Sorry, I did not recognize that at first. I should have noticed you've got a kind of a cute teddy bear there as your profile photo. But Anky Pank, whatever your real name is, here is your request. From the mountains of faith to the river so deep, I've been searching for something sacred or lost. But the river is wide and it's too hard to cross. Even though I know the river is wide, I walk down every evening and I stand on the shore, trying to cross to the opposite side so I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the jungle, the valley of fear, until the river's so deep. I've been searching for something taken out of my soul, something I'd never lose, something somebody stole. Don't know why I've been walking at night, but I'm tired and I don't want to walk anymore. Hope it doesn't take the rest of my life till I can finally find what I've been looking for. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the jungle of doubt to the river so deep. I've been looking for something so undefined that it can only be seen by the eyes of the blind. In the middle of the night, that's right. God knows I ain't never been a spiritual man, baptized by the fire I've waded through the river that is running through the promised land. In the middle of the night, I go walking in my sleep through the desert of truth to a river so deep. We all end in the ocean, we all start in the street. Gloria. It's not so deep. Gloria. It's not so deep. I've mentioned this before, but just a little tip for all you rock and roll, wannabe rock and rollers. You got to make sure that you get the proper head bob on your last downbeat there. If you just play it, it doesn't have the same effect. You got to like that, and it helps if you do it so hard that you bump into your microphone. Thanks for the request. All right, this is another request that came in. We're getting pretty close to the end of the show. I've got about 2 more songs for you. Say the days are not the best of times, but they're the only times I've ever known. I believe there is a time for meditation in cathedrals of our own. I'm seeing the sad surrender in my lover's eyes. I can only stand apart and sympathize. We are always what our situations hand us. It's either sadness or euphoria. Yes, sir. Some will argue and will compromise and realize that nothing's ever changed. Our mutual experience, our separate conclusions are the same. We're forced to recognize our inhumanities. A reason coexists with our insanity. And we choose between reality and madness. It's either sadness or euphoria. Dissipate our energies. Perhaps we don't fulfill each other's fantasies, and we stand upon the ledges of our lives with our respective similarities. See the sadness or euphoria. Oh, folks, it's time for the last song. Thank you for all the great requests. It's been kind of a celebration of Billy Joel and Elton John, which is fun. I like playing a variety too, but every once in a while it's nice to have a show where we just kind of center in on 2 guys that brought me to the dance.
right. You guys take care of yourselves this week. I'm going to send this one out for all of you on my way out the door here. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but boy have I did buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in a traveling show. I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. You can tell everybody this is your song. Maybe quiet, simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, oh, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is when you're in the world. Out on the road, kicked off the moss with a few of the verses. Well, they've got me quite cross. The sun has been quite kind while I wrote this song for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting, but these things I do, you see, I've forgotten if they're green or they're blue. Anyway, the thing is what I really mean. Yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. I want to tell you something else I really mean. Y'all are the nicest crowd I've ever seen. Yes, you are. You can tell everybody this is your song. Maybe quiet, simple, but now that it's done, hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Hope you don't mind, hope you don't mind that I put down in words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Thanks, guys. I will see you in a week. If you're a musician, remember, you're not having fun when you're making music. You're doing it wrong. For everybody, remember to hand out as much love as you can to as many people as you can, as often as you can. Don't know when the last shot to do that is for any of us, but we all want to make it count. So thank you so much for tuning in. Great afternoon. And thank you to so many of you that made my birthday the greatest birthday ever. I love you guys. I will see you next Sunday. Take care, gang.